Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So I haven't done a little video in a minute. Getting life, going through life. But so y'all, what I want to talk to y'all about today is how to deal with a stressful living situation, right? Yeah, that's what we're talking about today, right? So basically, well, I didn't write anything down, so it may be all over the place, may not be. So basically, one thing that I found helpful in regards to living in a stressful situation or just being in an environment that's stressful on you, and not being able to leave or not being able to handle the situation. So one tip that I found very helpful for me is to keep my distance. I stay away from anybody I would suggest you stay away from anybody who's combative. If you always wrong, whether you're right, stay away from them. Stay away from people who like to argue, people who only like to talk about mess, people who don't really have no substance to their conversation. I stay clear away from those people, right? Another thing that helped me is kind of separating a person from their problems, looking at that person through the eyes of love, compassion. You allowing yourself to understand, seeing the root of the problem. Why is this actually happening? Why is this person reacting? Why is this person so reactive? A lot of hurt people are very reactive. All they know how to do is react. They don't take the time out to organize their thoughts, organize the issues. All they know is, this is how I react to this situation, so this is what's gonna happen. Staying away from closed-minded people also, especially if you're very open-minded, or if you are the kind of person who does not really like to live life through the world's norms, and you kind of like to do your own thing and not what everybody else likes to do. I would just suggest you staying true to yourself, not conforming to anybody else's happiness, not doing something just because it'll make somebody else happy, or not doing something because it'll make somebody else happy. Anytime, also knowing how to say no, to people, especially if it's family, learning how to say no. There's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. I'm not saying arguing and cursing people out and all that. There's nothing wrong with expressing how you feel. And if you're dealing with the kind of people who don't like you to express how you feel, they feel like everything that comes out your mouth is disrespectful, figuring out a way to get it out in a way that they'll understand. And if that doesn't work, then just simply not really wasting your time or energy and effort. Now, if this is a situation where you are basically at a higher vibration than the people that you're living around, you'll notice that they kind of won't understand, right? Because at the space you're in, the where you're talking to them from, how you're talking to them, that the vibration that they're at, not saying that they're beneath you, but the higher the vibration and the more open-minded, the more you're able to grasp different concepts that people who are kind of, into the same mundane things, people who don't really like to change their mindset, people who are kind of fixed, people who are kind of like, this is the way I am and that's just what it is. Bless the situation, not really stressing yourself over somebody not listening to you, or not feeling the need to argue with them. You don't have to argue with nobody just to get your point across. If you feel like you're not getting your point across regardless of what you do, I feel like there is no need for you to even waste your time. Figure out either how to get around it or how to get out of the situation. And I'm not just saying just up and leave the situation. Make sure you're making logical decisions and not decisions based off, I don't want to deal with this, they get on my freaking nerves and nothing like that. But coming from a space of, when do I need to move? When am I financially stable enough to move, and not just, F you mama, F you daddy, I'm sick of you, I'm sick of this, da-da-da-da, you don't know how to talk to me, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and especially if that is a situation, And especially if you're the kind of person who can recognize issues. Now, you know, don't be the pot calling the kettle black now. And if you want to address somebody else's issues, you know, make sure you're not coming from a space of you doing this wrong, or just like completely pointing out somebody's issues. If you're going to point out their issues, you need to have a solution to that issue that you're pointing out. But, anything else I can give to y'all today? What else? Keeping yourself grounded. You know, if you're not grounded and you're around ungrounded situations, or things just keep happening, something keeps happening, you're gonna feel unsteady. You're gonna feel kind of, I don't want to say stuck and stagnant, but it could turn into a sense of not wanting to move. Also, not letting the way other people around you act influence your mood, your energy, the way you act. You know, not allowing people's energy to come in and penetrate yours. Keeping, you know, just staying away from negative situations and allowing yourself to be happy. You know that you determine how your day is going to go. Regardless of what happens during your day, you determine your reaction. The moods you go to, you know, how you react to the situation will determine how you're feeling. So if something happened and you decide to be pissy and pessimistic about it, then that's just your mood. But if you decide that you're not going to let a situation hinder you, stop your growth, stop you from moving, that also will benefit you. But taking and making the necessary steps and decisions to not have to stay in that situation. If you're able to move in, I ain't saying, you know, you 16, why don't you just up and leave your mama house? I'm not saying that. I'm not promoting y'all to just up and move out or leave or nothing like that. But figuring out ways to better communicate, especially if you're dealing with people who don't know how to communicate, and they were kind of just like very brash. People who are very harsh with their words. They don't know how to talk to people. Or if you're dealing with situations where people feel like they know more than you because they're older than you. You know, if you're dealing with a situation like that, you may as well not deal. Because at the end of the day, I feel like in a lot of situations, sometimes you're the teacher and sometimes you're the student. And people who feel like they can't learn from people who are younger than them are kind of just closed-minded, you know. Because, I mean, I feel like smarter people who are willing and open to you know, learning. Like, I feel like the people who deserve explanations, the people who deserve conversations, the people who deserve to be in your energy are people who are being open and receptive, basically. Don't try to force the way you think, your emotions, your feelings on the people who are not open, because in the end, you'll just find yourself in a low vibration being pissy and mad, right? And knowing when somebody is purposely doing something to upset you or to piss you off, or, you know, or even if you're just around somebody who's miserable. You know, misery loves comfort. Misery loves company. Bitter people, they're bitter, you know. They roll around in that shit. It's like a dog rolling around in trash. You know, that's their comfort. That's what they know. Bitterness. And some people who are bitter don't even know that they're bitter. Some people who are doing certain things are not even aware. You know, I'm not saying go out your way to make people known to what they do, but at least try to bring it up before just giving up on a situation or just saying, you know, effort or just dipping out, right? What else? Living in an abusive home or with any kind of abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, being around people who have different beliefs than you. Trying to think, y'all. As far as verbal, emotional abuse, there's a need, abuse, period. There's a need for you to stand up for yourself. Like I said, I'm not saying be disrespectful, but it's okay to let people know that you feel like something is abuse. Even if they don't look at it that way, at least try to get your point across. You know, at least speak up, at least say something so you'll know, you know, if it'll be valid. You know, not being in your head about something. Oh, is they gonna react like this? They're gonna think I'm this. They're gonna think I'm that. Because at the end of the day, if they feel like that, they're gonna always feel like that. And if you keep being quiet and not opening your mouth, it's gonna always be like that. You know, for some of y'all, you might have to show people that, you know, kind of like you mean business. Like, you're at a point in your life where there's no need for them to use the same tactics that they used when you were growing up. You're different now. You know, nobody has to keep talking to you like you're 5, because you're not 5 anymore. Respect is earned regardless of who it is. Respect is earned. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody ain't respecting you and all you're doing is being respectful to them, you know, you're being kind of like being a bigger person, I want to say. But if you're doing everything right and people still being disrespectful, just don't even waste your time. You know, like I said, figure out ways to get around it, or find something creative to do. Find some kind of outlet, you know, regardless of what it is. Find something. I don't know. If you like to clean up when somebody piss you off, then do that. If you, I don't know, you like to go outside, maybe go sit outside. Find activities to put yourself into so you won't have to deal with it, or try to find something close around you safely. You know, everything going on, gotta be safe. But find something to do instead of just being around those negative people. Or if you're dealing with abuse, call and ask for help. You know, some people that are going through abuse feel like nobody can help them. But if this is actual abuse, you know, and there's no way out of it. I'm not saying call the police on your mama because she whooped you. You ain't talking about that. But I'm saying, if you're actually actively being abused, you should reach out to somebody. And even if you feel like nobody can help you, at least expressing how you feel about it will make you feel better. Because just getting off your chest is beneficial. Releasing things, not holding things in. Calming techniques. Figuring out how you like to calm down, how to calm yourself. I don't know, exercise. Find some kind of release. Yoga, you know. I'm thinking. Okay. I think that's all I have for y'all. It may have been all over the place, but that's really all that can come to my mind right now. So, yeah, y'all. How y'all been? Oh, hope y'all enjoying y'all life and y'all's day.